with the improvement of the language ability by large language model, it can be much better now. So 我的 scenario 是 for remote interpretation 的 purpose， 就好像我们现在一个 Zoom section 的话，你可能就可以去另外一个 streaming 看我们的这个 meeting 一个 Zoom section，but in the any language you choose， Malay or Chinese or French or whatever。OK， so 这里其实它的那个 system 跟刚才的那个 video transcription 是差不多接近，只是因为它是 interpretation， so timing is important. You cannot wait until the whole section finished, then only you process the whole video. But you have to segment the live stream video segment by segment. And the smaller the segment, the better. It will nearer to the simultaneous interpretation. But if it's bigger, then it will be a more delay kind of interpretation.
Sorry, Dr. Tang, what is ASR stand for?
Automatic speech recognition.
Okay.
这个是像刚才讲的是 large language model 的一个power 的 facility. Okay, so for 这样的一个 system 的话，我们就 basically 是要去 capture the segment and then do automatic speech recognition. Then system to look at the result and do the improvement if there are any error. Then after that, translate it into another language and generate it into another language. 现在很多 avatar 的那个 facility， 你可以 speak the translation using the avatar. 然后 live stream back into another channel. So for a particular event, you might be given another few URL to look at the live stream for different languages. But of course, it might be slight delay, not simultaneous as the original one. But that is good for many occasions already. Okay, so for system like this, what I have done before is basically to perform the editing. So for example, back to this same video. Now I can basically cut it into segments and process segment by segment. So here, after I tested the segment size, about 20 seconds is the best because ChatGPT, the power or large language model, the power is if you give a wider context, they can derive much better accuracy. But if it's only a short context, sometimes the result can be very lousy. So you have to make sure the context is large enough for them to apply the reasoning. So for example here, now I can play this segment.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera. Dengan izin Arif, prosiding pendengaran penerimaan masuk peguam bela dan peguam cara Mahkamah Tinggi Malaya pada hari ini, 8 Disember 2020, dijalankan secara sidang video Zoom atas persetujuan.
So here you see, even though ChatGPT is very intelligent, but still they could make some mistake, not as powerful as a human being. So anyway, the mistake is not that much, so you can probably finish the editing of a segment in a few seconds. So once it's done, then you can submit it to the server and the translation part can carry out from there. So for example, here we will try to do another few segments and see. Okay, and here you see, it actually ends by atas persetujuan semua. But ChatGPT predict the next words will be pihak. So we see whether the prediction is right or not.
Zoom atas persetujuan semua pihak berikutan Perintah Kawalan Pergerakan Bersyarat PKPB. Hakim yang bersidang pada hari ini adalah Yang Arif Datuk Ahmad Kamal bin Muhammad Syahid, Hakim Mahkamah Tinggi bahagian kuasa-kuasa khas Bukit Ke-1. Saya ingin mengingatkan semua supaya
Okay, so here, supaya mengikut, so this one is definitely not right, so I better cut it off.
ingin mengingatkan semua supaya kekal di kedudukan masing-masing dan tidak menutup video walaupun telah selesai giliran. Dipohon, wakil-wakil yang hadir pada hari ini bagi pihak Jabatan Peguam Negara, Majlis Peguam Malaysia dan Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur, Selangor untuk
membantu.
Kuala Lumpur, Selangor untuk memperkenalkan diri.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Muhammad Fitri bin Sadaruddin, Peguam Kanan Persekutuan mewakili Jabatan Peguam Negara.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, saya Haidul Muhammad, saya hadir bagi mewakili 6.
So you see all this,
6 petition. Bagi satu petition saya mohon izin untuk menusul petition itu. Dan bagi petition nombor 4, Encik Terence Lee dari Majlis dari Jabatan Kuasa Peguam akan mewakili Jabatan Majlis Peguam juga.
so even this speak segment just now is very not quite audible. They can still guess what that particular person is trying to say. Quite reasonably good. Of course, here this one is Jabatan. So they have not really learned from what above because I'm doing it segment by segment. But if I submit the whole video, they will be able to make sure that this is not Jabatan Keputusan Pekerjaan. It should be Jabatan Peguam Negara. And this is not Majlis Pekerjaan, it's Majlis Peguam. So that is the disadvantage of doing at the shorter segment. You are going to have this kind of error, but it's still reasonable now for post editing, and it can be done pretty quick.
Majlis Peguam.
Okay, so there are a lot of speed out measure can be implemented to.
Dengan izin Yang Arif, Terence Lee mewakili Jawatan Kuasa Peguam Kuala Lumpur dan Selangor dan juga akan mewakili Majlis Peguam bagi petitioner yang keempat, Yang Arif.
For example, you can actually do some pre-training for this particular domain. So that whenever certain recognition come up, I can actually automatically improve it. Because we know that here is normally talking about Peguam, shouldn't be Peguam. And then, okay, this kind of error, we can automatically train the system to do auto-correction. Okay, so this is how we can actually do it segment by segment. And then from the translation side.
Seterusnya saya akan memanggil nombor petition.
Yeah, from the translation side. From the translation side also, you can also call the automatic translation. Again, is provided by large language model, which is much better than the statistical model last time. So here probably you notice the segment is sentence by sentence, but before that I'm doing paragraph by paragraph, segment by segment. So sentence segmentation is not a problem for ChatGPT. You can always segment it into a list of sentences. So this is the automatic translation result. It look good. It's not Google, sorry, it's ChatGPT. I've forgotten to change it. So here you have two lines. This is the original translation result given by ChatGPT, and this is the another line in the lemma form or root form of all the words. So if we want to do any improvement, it's better to do at the root form. But when you want to output it, it's quite easy to ask ChatGPT, just correct it into a surface form. So no problem for you to do the processing in any form. Okay, so dengan just now forgotten to. Okay, so you can still improve it here if there are anything not right. Just now forgotten to improve the program. Here. Okay, translate again. Okay, with the permission of Arif. Okay, this is probably not the right one. What is Arif in English? Huh?
Arif, wise, the wise person, right?
Successful, skillful, wise. Okay. So
The wise one.
Wise one, huh?
Mm.
Okay, just add in and take it. Okay, of the wise one. So the system will now remember whenever you have Ari, please change the wise one. And okay, the other look good. Okay, now actually honorable also could be, but never mind, since we have already decided to be wise one, so instead of the honorable, the wise one. So you want which one? Can still change. If you want honorable, then we reverse back. We tell, okay, this one, please.
Yeah, I think probably honorable is the standard, I think. Yang Arif, the honorable.
The honorable, huh?
Mm.
Okay, so we go and change back. This one. Then. The interface can always be improved, no problem. I'm just working on the functionality, so I don't really care. Okay, so next time it will become the. So translation 刚才那个你也可以做 fine tuning the automatic translation to support you better. So after you have done the transcription and the translation, then you can now generate. Okay, you can now generate the result. So here I have only translated. Okay, generate the result, you can format it into paragraph. So from paragraph to sentence, sentence to paragraph, 这些 transformation 是 no problem with ChatGPT. As long as whatever is better for you to present. And then you can also do summary in one sentence. 这个因为不是很长, so it's not much different. But if you take 1 or 2 minutes, then the summary will probably be useful for those who want to just to know what have been discussed. So from here, you can do automatic speech synthesis.
Peace be upon you. May the mercy and blessings of Allah be upon you. And greetings of peace. With the permission of the Wise One. The procedure for the admission hearing of an advocate and solicitor of the High Court of Malaya. Today, the 8th of December 2020, shall be conducted via a Zoom video conference, with the consent of all parties, in accord.
OK， 所以这个就是 speech synthesis， but 这个我用 local 的 Microsoft 的，所以很牢记。现在 online 的你可以拿到很好的 avatar speech with the mouth, the lip movement exactly。所以这个 not a problem. You can ask the avatar to read out the translations. So that is how you start from the input, do the transcription, translation, and then synthesize it into another language, and then live stream it in another channel. Or you can copy it out and put inside the simple WhatsApp. Then people will be able to see. Okay, once available, the WhatsApp will have this segment available, and then next segment available, you will come out again. So probably every 3 minutes, a segment will come up with a summary. And you can also, of course, drag in your sound. Okay, so the text, the summary, and the sound form.
Peace be upon you. May the mercy and blessings of Allah.
So this is the method I tell my Myanmar people. If there is a talk you don't understand, then you can get a group of people and use this software, and then you just go to your WhatsApp group of that language, and you wait for this come out to understand.
Okay.
But there are a lot of improvement using the live streaming technique or even video conferencing. They can make use of this language ability with the fine-tuning aspect to fine-tune the speech transcription and also the automatic translation to get a much better result compared to what we have here. If you look at our subtitle here, it's not quite good. They have not fine-tuned it. So these are the aspects which can be done on the interpretation services.
哇，这个这样的 data， 如果是那个 High Court 的那些 case 哦，它如果是 digitize 以后人家lawyer 要找这些 info 就很容易了哦。
Yes.